With rank being added to the game and Fortnite hosting reload tournaments more consistently, today I'm going to be teaching you how you can win more games in Fortnite reload and potentially get earnings whether you play builds or zero builds reload. First is understanding that the most important part of reload is how prepared you are during mid game and not dying during mid game. Now obviously with reload you respawn until the respawn is disabled. That being said, mid game is the most important part. Most players have good loot by then, so dying around mid game means you lose your loot and that you'll be an easier elimination, especially if there's one team chasing you the entire game, preventing you from landing and getting your loot again. Speaking of loot, let's talk about your health items. Now obviously you want to have shield when going into fights, but when it comes to reload you mainly want to focus on white heals like med kits and bandages, mainly because every time you or somebody else eliminates another player they drop minis. So at any given time there's always a large amount of shield scattered around the map, but the same can't be said for other healing items. Next is stop full killing players you knock before finding their other teammates. If you finish them too early, they will just respawn and regroup with their team. Since teams aren't fully sent back to the lobby until they're all eliminated, finishing someone instead of letting them bleed out will usually keep that enemy team alive longer, even if it's just one person left on that team. Which brings me to my next topic, playing more aggressive in early game. Since you respawn, you're allowed to make risky plays and W key other players. Not only that, this can make it to where other teams are scuffed on loot, and it'll just make you a better Fortnite player in general since you're getting into multiple fights learning new techniques. Lastly, I want to talk about the later phases of the game because you need to be careful about people camping. A lot of players at this point are either boxed up on their older builds and prepared to fight, or hiding, scrambling for loot because they had a rough early and mid game. You really don't want to take any chances in the later phases of the game, especially if respawning has been disabled, so make sure you always keep an eye on the timer. That being said, subscribe for more content like this.